What if irregular bills could feel steady instead of overwhelming? In this video you will learn a practical framework that turns unpredictable costs into predictable monthly habits. By the end you will have a clear step-by-step plan you can start today. Irregular expenses show up without warning and vary in size from month to month. They include car repairs, home maintenance, insurance deductibles, medical costs, holiday gifts, annual subscriptions, and surprise fees that arrive when you least expect them. Understanding their nature helps you prepare rather than panic. The central idea is to shift from reactive scrambling to proactive saving by using a sinking fund. A sinking fund is a dedicated pool of money built up over time to cover known upcoming costs. When you fund it consistently, the stress of surprises drops noticeably, and you gain confidence. Step 1 is identifying every irregular cost you realistically face. Start with a brain dump for the past year and extend the forecast to the next 12 months to anticipate what might occur. Group costs by frequency so annual expenses become monthly targets. For each item, estimate a sensible annual amount that reflects recent prices and actual experience. If you typically replace tires every 18 months, estimate costs for a 2-year window to avoid under-budgeting. This gives you a transparent annual total to work from. Convert that annual total into a monthly target by dividing by 12. The result is the amount you should aim to have saved each month just to cover irregular costs without dipping into your regular budget. This number becomes the anchor for your plan. Step 2 is setting up the sinking fund. Open a dedicated account or a clearly labeled envelope in your budgeting app so the money stays separate. The goal is to prevent everyday spending from erasing the fund and to make progress visible. Automate transfers so the monthly target moves on autopilot. Treat the transfer like a fixed bill you must pay each month. If your income changes or expenses shift, you can adjust the amount, but start from a reliable baseline. Start with a realistic initial target. If the total monthly need is $300, begin with a smaller amount and increase as you build confidence or as other expenses loosen. Consistency beats perfection in this kind of budgeting. Step 3 is prioritization. Prioritize essential irregulars first. If the car needs a brake job this year and the maintenance price is $400, allocate the full amount across the year even if other categories lag. This keeps important safety and resilience costs funded. Non-essential irregulars can be funded more gradually or deferred if cash is tight. Plan for a balance between readiness and flexibility so you do not create a false sense of security. Step 4 is choosing tools and building habits. Use a calendar-based approach to build reminders around expected costs. Mark when costs typically occur and check your fund balance a week before to reduce last-minute scrambling. Digital tools can help, but the daily habit is what matters. Set a simple template for monthly tracking and review any variance between projected costs and actual spend. The aim is learning and steady adjustment rather than perfection. Let us walk through a concrete example so you can see how the numbers fit together. Imagine a household with a steady income and a mix of fixed and irregular expectations. The math is straightforward, but the discipline matters. Suppose take-home pay is $4,000 and fixed bills total $1,800. That leaves $2,000 for everything else, including irregular costs and savings. This is where the sinking fund perspective helps because it separates predictable safety costs from flexible spending. From the irregular list you estimate annual costs totaling $2,400. Divide that by 12 and you get $200 per month to fund irregulars. If you want to build a cushion for price changes you may target $250 monthly. Now distribute your monthly fund across categories. Allocate the full $200 for car maintenance, a conservative $100 for home repairs, and $50 for medical deductibles. The remaining funds go toward other irregulars or toward growing the fund. Over time the fund grows and the seasonality of costs becomes less stressful. If a large repair occurs, you can cover it without raiding day-to-day cash flow. If prices rise, you adjust the monthly target rather than abandoning the plan. Common mistakes undermine progress. Underestimating costs is the most frequent trap and leads to shortfalls when a bill arrives. Another pitfall is assuming every irregular cost will behave exactly like last year. Failing to adjust for inflation or changes in life circumstances is another error. Budgets must evolve with your circumstances to remain effective. Rigid lists without updates create gaps when reality shifts. Schedule quarterly rechecks to refresh your cost estimates and the monthly target. Update prices, add new items, and prune items you no longer face. A living budget for irregular costs helps you stay prepared. Finally, remember the psychology. Framing the sinking fund as a safety margin reduces anxiety and supports long-term consistency. Small wins accumulate into reliability, and reliability is the core of competent budgeting. To implement the plan, start with a quick inventory of irregular costs and a modest monthly contribution. Set up the sinking fund in a dedicated account and automate the transfers. Commit to at least a quarterly review and adjust as you go. With patience and steady practice, you can build a predictable cushion for repairs, renewals, and occasional big payments. This approach strengthens your overall finances and reduces the emotional burden of irregular expenses. Use this framework as a flexible guide you can tailor to your life. Another practical tip is to review your irregular cost list at least twice a year and to revalue the likelihood and size of each item. Life changes such as new dependents, moving, or job changes can alter both frequency and cost, so your forecast should flex with you. Keep a simple living document you revise and carry forward. From a psychology perspective, celebrate milestones. When the sinking fund grows to a meaningful threshold, acknowledge the behavior that got you there and reinforce the habit. Habit change is slow, but consistency compounds over months and years. Consider potential future scenarios and run tiny simulations. If you lose a source of income or encounter unexpected medical bills, how quickly could you adapt without sacrificing essential needs? Practice makes the plan more robust and less frightening in moments of stress. To conclude, irregular expenses are not a mystery to budgeters. With a sinking fund, clear minimum targets, automation, and regular review, you can navigate these costs with confidence. Start today, adapt tomorrow, and build financial resilience one month at a time. Here are more examples to illustrate how the numbers fit in different lives. In one household, a homeowner manages regular maintenance for a 20-year-old HVAC system. They estimate 2 big tickets a year, a possible furnace service at $200 and a ceiling repair at $600 after a storm. They also budget for seasonal tasks like gutter cleaning at $150 and carpet cleaning at $120 every year, totaling about $1,070. When spread over 12 months, that's roughly $90 a month, but to build a cushion they might target $120 to account for price changes. They keep this separate from the car fund and review twice a year to adjust. Second example, a family with a child entering braces next year, plus dental work, plus a yearly fence maintenance. They estimate braces at $3,500 every 18 months, dental checkups about $600 a year, and a fence repair at $1,000 every 5 years, contributing around $700 per year effectively. The monthly target would be around $260, rising to $300 when times feel tight and potentially easing when the braces contract ends. By allocating across the year, the family avoids a single huge hit and can plan smaller adjustments. Third example, a freelancer who has a regular income but steady bills. They set aside a money buffer for professional licenses, software renewals, and occasional equipment upgrades. They estimate $1,200 annually for licenses, $900 for software renewals, and $600 for small gear replacements, totaling $2,700. That breaks down to $225 a month. When income swings, they adjust the monthly target up or down within a defined range, and the fund keeps a small extra cushion in lean months to cover any shortfall in earnings. Then transition, practical steps to put this into action, in condensed form. First, review your irregular cost list once more and identify any gaps you might have missed. Second, confirm whether any item is non-negotiable and which can be delayed if needed. Third, set up the sinking fund with a separate label or account and automate transfers. Fourth, choose a realistic starting point that feels sustainable and increase it only when you consistently hit it for at least 3 months. Fifth, track every month with a simple glance at the balance versus the target, and celebrate small gains. Next, common mistakes to avoid. Skipping a quarterly update because you feel busy, ignoring inflation and letting costs drift upward without adjusting the monthly target, assuming all irregulars will behave like last year, failing to separate the fund from everyday spending, forgetting to consider life changes like a move or a new dependent. Finally, a closing recap: the sinking fund is not a luxury, it is a shield. It translates uncertain costs into predictable practice, turning fear into a plan you can rely on. By identifying costs, funding them monthly, automating, and reviewing regularly, you build resilience 1 month at a time. Start with a small, doable step today, and let consistency compound. Your future self will thank you for the steadiness you create now.